Hi, I'm Molly Bolster. I'm the director of the Gundalow Company, and our mission with the newly built Piscataqua, our new Gundalow, is protecting the Piscataqua region's maritime heritage and environment through education and action. We fulfill our mission in a number of ways using the Piscataqua as a floating classroom, and we do school programs in the spring and the fall. We try to run 5 days a week, mostly in the mornings, and we're trying to reach 2,000 students through our new program. We have an offering of a combination of helping to steer the boat, some navigation, setting the sail, also doing some water sampling, talking about what lives in an estuary, what is a watershed, what is the human impact, our impact on this watershed as we're all living here, and what are some things we can all be doing to become stewards of this area.
On a school trip, we board students, get off the dock. Typically we'll set our sail as soon as possible and make that a hands-on experience, hauling on the lines. Once underway, we'll have our students in 2 or 3 separate groups.
So we are moving. Does anyone know how are we moving? What's making us move right now?
The first thing that we do that's really hands-on is setting the sails. So they help to do that. We have half of them on the main sheet, so they're pulling, and then we have the other half on the brails, and they're just easing the brails out, which is an easier job, but then that group also strikes the sail at the end of the trip, so then they also get to pull on things as well.
One of the fun aspects for me of a school trip is that each of the students has a turn at the wheel. I'll tell them which way to turn. They'll get to figure out how the wheel is linked to the rudder, and also have a look at our compass, learn a little navigation.
I say, what do you think this tool is that Captain Matt uses? They generally come up with the word compass, and what does a compass show? What direction are we going now? And we talk about the 4 directions and the degrees between each one. Then we might compare it to some handheld compasses.
In coastal navigation, we use this hand-bearing compass, and it's used to take a bearing, so the number of degrees between where we are on the boat and a known point of land. Well, the kids can read that off of this. We then go down to the chart. This one gives you all the information you need to sail a boat, know where you're going.
How does it feel? The plankton net is a lot of fun. So we're going to put this plankton net into the water. We get the kids, they are the ones that are holding the net, and they put it over, and we really try and get them to see all the different types of plankton. You're going to grab the bottom of this part. We want to keep that up. They get the net, we drag it in the water, and when they bring it back, there's hundreds, thousands of these little microscopic organisms. Whoa, what did we get?
Right here, so I'm on.
Nice, thank you. Let's take a look at this for a second. What?
A squid. We got a jellyfish. A jellyfish.
Do you guys see the jellyfish in there?
No. That's a real jellyfish. Yeah.
This is a discovery scope, and it's used to help magnify the plankton samples. So we put the collection in here, and then they can look at the different types of plankton that we've caught by zooming in and out and focusing. Quiet time is when the 2 groups, the watches, come together, and the kids all sit down and we talk about how we're going to use our senses, and we identify what those senses are, and generally not using your voice at all.
Not infrequently, a lot of students say that that's their favorite part, which in today's busy world, I think it's nice to just have that bit of quiet.
So happens I am.
This is a beautiful example of our the area we live in. This is Portsmouth over here. This is Seavey Island, the naval shipyard, and this is Newcastle. They can see for themselves how we are impacting our area and our environment.
When we're teaching the the science station, what we need to do is get fresh samples of seawater, and we'll throw a bucket overboard, pick up some fresh seawater, and use that for science testing for salinity of the water and also the dissolved oxygen that's in the water.
Here, I'm going to start on this side. This is our refractometer, and what this does is it measures salinity. So a salinity is the amount of salt that's in the water. So how this works is you take some water, you put it on this piece here, and then you close it and you just look through it, and it will tell you how much salinity there is. It measures it in parts per thousand. We are going to talk about the saltwater tank and the lobsters. We usually try and keep a touch tank on board, but first we're going to look at this guy. What's this? It'll always have mussels and periwinkles and like rockweed in it, because I can get those around here. And then hopefully we'll usually have a lobster or a crab. What do you do? You just want to look? Are you ready on the rails?
Ready on the rails! Okay, strike the band.
Strike the band all the way.
Up on the poop deck, walking all about, there's the second mate, so steady and so stout. What he is thinking of, he doesn't know himself. He's wishing that the second mate would strike. Strike the bell, second mate, let us go below. Look out to windward, you can see it's gonna blow. Look at the glass, you can see that it is fell. We wish that he would hurry up and strike. Strike the bell.
It's an excellent program for getting students a hands-on experience of the rivers. It's really an experience sailing a Gundalow that you can't get anywhere else.
Everybody's connected to this system, whether they live right next to the river or not. So I think that that's really evident when you're out here.
It was the best thing in the world.